I think that's a safe bet. It could even get upgraded more to a soft 5, but there's no doubt there's going to be plenty of give in the track. I've got a fair bit of confidence early in the card and late in the card, and in the middle, we're going to be working around the edges, just showing you some value runners where it's going to be hard to get a winner. So we believe. Starting in the first race, Yellow Jersey. What an opener for Stradbroke Day. What a very, 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 very interesting runner here. 4 starts, 3 wins, 1 placing. And it's probably that placing that really stands out to us, being 0.6 of a length in a Group 2 and France, where Dubai Honour was right there amongst them. So enough said. That horse rates here 3.5 lengths above average. So that's huge ratings. This horse hasn't ran for a while. They're giving him plenty to acclimatise. They're going for a Cox Plate. And here we are in this weight for age race. They've picked a good one because it's weight for age. Very moderate field. Question is, how's he going to handle these conditions, straining conditions, pace of the race, etc.? Has he got the sprint in his legs? Well, they're going for a Cox Plate, so he very much should. And that trial, winning over the 1,000, tells us he's got a bit of a turn of foot. So definitely Yellow Jersey, hard to beat, and probably the omen bet of the day with the Socceroos opening their campaign the next day, and hopefully we're cheering the Yellow Jerseys. Dangers, I really like Well Wall, and I want to play Well Wall because Yellow Jersey in the race is creating a lot of value. This horse rates 1.5 lengths above average, and he only did it 2 starts ago, beating Feroce and Lord Penman. And first up, probably needed the run. I thought it was quite good. And we'll cherry him up for here. That was for 60 kilos. 4 weeks between runs. He does like it a bit fresh, so the 28-day is really good. So Well Wall's a play if Yellow Jersey doesn't stand up to what he should produce. But he's been out for a long time, and there's a few unknowns there, but he should be favourite. Faulkner Park. Again, we all know this horse well. Multiple Group 1 place getter. He rates about 1.5 above average as well. And his run, although maybe he could be looking for further in distance, he might go forward, make up the running with Declan Bates. It was a very good run first up. And he does 1.5. So he's not wanted in the market, but as a long shot, as value, I thought Faulkner Park was well overs and's worth a nibble. Eagle Farm race 2, number 10, Say You Will. I've got a lot of confidence about this horse. What I love, he's come out and he's done it twice. This is his first start over the 1,000. You could see him out the back, 1,000 way too short. This is before the Magic Millions, so this is Lumbini here. The horses that, were up and running, good 2-year-olds that were aiming for the Magic Millions. There's him up on the rail. He's looking for a rail run, can't get out. And like I said, there's Lumbini there. Look at that. He's terribly held up. Loses a fair bit of momentum, buffeting there, loses momentum again. But watch him get out of the line here. This was his very first race start over the 1,000, and look at him really start to get into his work there. Full of running after the line. You could see him. Yeah, where is he? There he is. Very impressed with that. And then he repeated it. I was very interested in him in his last start. But then there I saw it over the 1,000. A wide barrier. I said, this is going to get back. They're aiming for something. They're not trying to win this race. This was a $500,000 race. They're happy to run. But this is him here in the blue cap. And they just flopped him out the back, hoping to run on and maybe snatch it. He's still dead last here at the 300. And, that's what I like. He's done this twice. Look at him, way out of his ground here. This is Marfiano, the favourite. I just really can't understand why there's his favourite and this horse is $6. I thought he was going better at the line. I like what he did at his first start. He's done it twice. He's full of running. Craig Williams, Chris Munster train, and a lot of confidence there. Say you will, really good price, and he will run well. If he doesn't win, he'll be running well. This horse has shown that he's got the consistency twice out of twice, and now for the first time stepping up in distance for So You Will. Eagle Farm race 3, leave me out of it, the 2 mile race. Let's go to Eagle Farm race 4. I've got a lot of confidence here too, and that's down the bottom with the filly number 10 Within the Law. Within the Law's very, very consistent raider. Stepping up to the mile, we think she can run 2,000. So stepping up to the mile, second up on given the track, should be hard to beat. Should be very hard to beat. Again, she rates equal to average to 1 length above average. That puts her in the 60s in Skyhook bracket. Yeah, obviously, they'll be hard to beat if they get a run. But in saying that, the trainers are probably trying to keep them fresh over the 1400, where, Within the Law is ready for the mile. So if they don't get a run in the Stradbroke, they have been trained differently. And with that, even though they're genuine dangers, I'm happy to be Within the Law. You'd be hoping, though, that Within the Law, if they do run 60s and Skyhook, we get a little bit of better price around the $3.50. We get around the $4. I thought Tupacara, very good value. This is a filly that's matched it with the best, just can never back it up. But she is maturing, and I thought her 2 runs this time in is showing that she must be maturing and can back it up. She's got the potential to win this and is a very good price at the $15. And same with number 5, Seller Master. This horse runs second to 60s, I believe, off memory. I thought those 2 runs both had excuses with big weights against the other horses, and I thought Seller Master was a small play at the Eagle Farm race 5, number 6, Barber. Very keen at the price. This horse put the writing on the wall first up. It peaks second up. Likes a bit of give. This is Barber here on the fence first up. Bear in mind he does peak second up, and it's against the favourite Perel as well. Here he is here. There's Perel going to the outside, getting a clear run, and Barber looking for inside runs here. All bottled up. Perel's back here getting through and getting very clear air while Barber's still held up. Look at him there. Held up. But when he gets through, just again, he's a little bit clipped off heels there and gets through on the inside at Eagle Farm. Probably worth going. There's Perel there and Barber. Perel definitely will run a good race. The camera's on Barber there. I know it's on Flying Destiny. That's the winner. This is the Stewart's vision here of Barber here. And it gives you a really good feel. He definitely, you could see here, especially there. Look at him there. And that gap closes. He goes to go in there. Not a lot of room. The jockey's off balance. And as he shoots through, you can see him shooting through there. So Barber is unbelievable price considering, the difference between Perel and Barber in price. Let me show you here. As you can see, second up. So he does like to peak. Last time this preparation, second to Flying for Fun and Front Page. We've got the same situation here. Second up. That run second to Flying for Fun is good enough to win. Flying for Fun only had 53 that day, mind you. And he'd done it the preparation before. Second up here on a soft 7. That sort of conditions we'll get again. Beating Brudenell and Spacewalk. So, loved what he did first up, Barber. And Yeah, and also it's not just that, he's ready to peak. So expecting a haircut off that price at $12, and Barber giving us a real good run for the money at the price. There's other dangers there, of course. Got a lot of time for oh, that's just happened. Golden Strand is out. Golden Strand is out. That has just happened at 20 past 10 in the morning. Golden Strand out. Doesn't really like the wet. Well, it hasn't been tried on the wet, so I was willing to go against it. So, you know, 450. What are we talking then? 950. So he's just come in 2 points with the favourite out. That's really good because he was a danger, Golden Strand, even though he wasn't tried in the wet. I was willing to take him on. But now we've got 950, him out of the race. Even better than that, $12. So, yeah, let's move on, and hopefully some of these value runners are going to get up for us. Eagle Farm Race 6. This is where it really, really opens up. So I'll run through them quickly. Super Smink, plenty of talent. The wet track, the wide draw doesn't help. Same with Firestorm. Tullery's will run well. Neon's not sure how well it's going, but its runs have just been enough to keep you going. Aha, very interesting runner. First time for Waller, lightly raced, kept improving last start, trialled well, very good value at $21. Barrier 1 is not the place to be. I thought number 7, Paradise City, second up, finished its prep really well, doesn't like the wet. So probably happy to rule that out. But I thought if this was a firmer track, Paradise City was a chance. She's got pizzazz, really good run last start, coming back in distance. That was really good effort to do that. It's getting longer in the prep, but I think it has got one more in it and probably deserved favourite. Stone Vi, Savage V Vibe, can you do it again? $26. It was 71 last start, and this is a harder race. So Zazoo's out of form. Geragong definitely got potential with months now. So very interesting. Is it ready to go first up on the wet track? I'm not sure. Poster Girl is where I want to play. I really thought this horse finished the prep off really well. I really like its first 2 runs. I know Munts really rate this mare. For barrier 12, Martin Haley will just get in the trailing line there and come out and peel the best part of the track. I thought Poster Girl was an even race, would be my top pick. Just her consistency and the way she's going. Soft Glove, going great. Roll on High, not for me at the moment. Gumdrops at the 71. This horse on its top ratings is good enough to win this. Its first up run in Scone was very good, being some heavy buffeting. Or was it Scone or Hawkesbury when that inside track was off? It was one of the better runs that day. And then last start got the tongue over the bit. This is another horse that trialled really well. Waller's really happy with it. And this horse is well over the odds. And same with Merciful Lady. One bad run for the prep. Again, another mare that's gone to a new trainer and since been with Desley Foster has been flying, winning some big weights and very tough. And I thought $81 was over the odds for her. So Poster Girl on top is a very, very open race, guys. Eagle Farm Race 7, number 4, Tron Bolt. Obviously got a lot of potential here, but I do not want to play around that even money mark. I've sort of got a little bit of rule, 4th up, first prep. That's it for me. So, look, these rules sometimes can cost you, but in the long run, they protect you. Look, so he did win well. He's probably got one more in him. He could be hard to beat. I thought Stormy Marco is getting at ridiculous odds. The camp keep telling you there's not much between them. It didn't go around last start pretty much, so it's got plenty to give. Opposite to Tron Bolt, its energy reserves will be there and ready to go. And we've got Natural Wheeler on board. So although I'm sus with that Brisbane form, admittedly, and it's hard to line up how well Stormy Marco would have went, but he's probably still on the way up, opposite from Trombolt. So I thought that was really good value. Glenorchy, I don't think is good enough, despite what some people are tipping. I thought number 10 Heat Stroke at $81 was a very, very interesting runner. Let's have a look at this replay here. It was against Trombolt. And if you bear in mind, this horse was second up, Trombolt was third up. Heat Stroke probably could have some improvement. And bear in mind, it's an extra 200 metres. And bear in mind, Heat Stroke's got a lot to learn. So you see the favourite Trombolt here and Heat Stroke. They both go back here. Bear in mind a lot. Bear in mind, this horse is $81 and runs 220. So Heat Stroke's in front of Trombolt, running some earlier quick sectionals. And good ride by Grimmer. Cuts inside him. We can see here they are by far. So now, Trombolt easily slides in front of him. And to me, maybe it was the going, maybe not. But he just doesn't get going quick enough. Heat Stroke. Horse hits a flat spot. A horse that wants more ground. And he's just got that easy Trombolt. And at a hard riding, Heat Stroke doesn't want to respond. But what I love is when he really does get going, keeps ducking in and out. And if he improves his styles, I really love the last bit of work he does here and cross the line. Look at him here, really hitting the line after the line. And I thought, here he is. And I know Trombolt's pulling up, but again, we're talking about a horse going third up into his run, an extra 200 metres, maybe being more tractable, inside draw. And I thought Heat Stroke, was well over the odds, considering all discussed at $81. Just a small spec. It's not going to take much. So, don't like the race, but I'm happy to have a nibble on, the other Waller runner and Heat Stroke at very big prices. Here we are, Eagle Farm, race 8, the Stradbroke. Open race as usual, but definitely I've got Headley Grange as a clear pick on top. Drops 4 kilos off that one from Group 1 to another Group 1. All his ratings before in Sydney were running around the 1.7, 1.8 above average, around 2 lengths above average. He did it again when he won the Kingsford Smith Group 1. We did tip it to our members on top at a price. A lot of other people did too. And if you look at his rating pattern, he can go better next start. Hearing Joseph Pride speak, reckons he's improved for the last start. Drawn beautifully in 8. And you have to have Headley Grange clearly on top, if you ask me. If we go through the field, Fangirl, very interesting runner. We all know doesn't like the wet. And though it's a proving track, it is wet. Fly second up, but normally goes from the 1400 to the mile. It stays at the same distance, which I don't like. But then with the give out of the track, it might be more testing. But she doesn't really like to give out of the track. So there's a couple ways you can look at Fangirl in the end. As far as winning the race, I'm happy to risk her with that weight, considering Headley Grange loves the conditions, loves these distance, got a bigger weight pool, will be in front of her. So very happy to have Headley Grange taking on Fangirl. I thought another Will. We tipped this one against with the members. Its rating can go 3-4 lengths above average. I cannot understand why this horse keeps starting a big price. Jamie Mellon came off, which is a big surprise. Jumped on another runner. But for me, another Will, its ratings and off its last run is going to keep improving. And I believe we'll run a big race. Transatlantic. Yeah, I love the way Golan's gone about this horse to peak, Transatlantic. 2 trials, starts him over the 1200, then keeps him fresh 28 days and starts him at the 1300 in the Kingsford Smith, 100 metres less than the Stradbroke. This horse peaked third up last time, but it was over the mile, and he likes to go to the front. So I like what Golan's done here. Kept him fresh for the 1400, so he's not looking for the mile. And I expect this horse to go up near the front, handlebars down, and really be hard to beat. Like I said, I like Golan, what he's done for him to peak over the 1400, not the mile, kept him down in the distance range, kept him fresh for those 28 days, and that last run's going to top him off. So really good training by Golan Transatlantic. I don't think that barrier will be a problem. He will cross and go to the front and really be hard to beat on his ratings and good value at that price. The other value runner we thought was number 11, Estadio Mestalla. Third up peaks, blinkers on, totally different situation when the blinkers go on. And down in this weight, this horse won't know himself. Our ratings say he's good enough to win the race. So $21, another good value play. Down at the bottom here, Willwell. We talked about that at the other race. He does 1.5 over benchmark. So down in the weight, this horse is good enough to win. The 3-year-olds, we rate them really well, but had a few runs or quick freshen up in 60s case, and definitely the ratings can do it. But I just feel the trainers are trying to keep them together to peak again here. And I'm willing to risk them and go with these older horses with a high rating, definitely set to peak on the day. So, yeah, that's why we've stayed away from the 3-year-olds. Not because we don't think they're good enough, just they're trying to peak again off these autumn's runs, and they've got a few things against them. So they very much could win. A winner could come from somewhere else, but very happy to sit with our selections. Eagle Farm, race 9, number 1, half yours. We're really confident here. A lot of people are saying he's not going well. Winnerhead does not agree with that at all, and we've got good reasons for that. And also, Calvin McAvoy, I've heard him say he's not happy with Pride of Jenny in the race. I think it's a good thing Pride of Jenny is in the race because she's going to really make it a real staying test. Let's face it, half yours is a true stayer in the race, and we think he's going to be really hard to beat with a bit of give out of the track. Pride of Jenny running along, and he's going to be really finishing hard. Hopefully, if Pride of Jenny doesn't get it too soft in the front, he will be charging home in these conditions and hard to beat. Why we don't agree with the rest of the media and some people that are saying he's not going well enough is that the horse is still getting fit and does seem disappointing. But his last 2 runs, second up and third up, as he's getting fit, he's been in races in Pride of Jenny where they're really running along. Now, you need to be fit to perform in these races. So his runs haven't looked as good. And his last run, the run was better than it looked. It wasn't a good ride. All the tactics weren't good. Let's have a look here in what happened here with half yours. You can see they flop him out here and they go back. And this is Vauban, another very interesting runner. Hard to line him up. I think he is the danger. And you can see them both flopping out the back. But what happens here at the 1200 is he's out the back with Vauban, and Vauban stays there, and half yours makes this lightning, you'd call it a mid-race move. It doesn't look so harsh, but it is enough. So Vauban, as you can see, stays there, and half yours makes a move to then go, in front of the chasing pack and then have to chase. It might not look like much. Here we go here. He's doing the chasing here. That move, when they're already going that quick, will take a lot out of you. And Vauban, who sat at the back, and here half yours already under pressure, And really, I thought battles on really well in the straight. And Vauban looks really impressive finishing hard. But he didn't do that work early. And here he is, half yours, still wanting to kick. And Vauban only gets, half a length better of him, not having to make that mid-race move. So I thought that was really brave by half yours. I think that run will really top him on. The extra distance will suit. The give out of the track, he loves it. It's really hard. You can put in the comments what you think. Who was the better run, Vauban and half yours? I think it's half yours with that move, but you got Vauban flashing. And he can improve second up. He can do it. But to me, Vauban, since he's in Australia, hasn't shown that staying prowess, which you're going to need tomorrow with Prodigy in the race, where half yours has being a Caulfield Cup, Melbourne Cup winner. But I'm not ruling Vauban out. I do believe it's somewhere in the tank for him to be able to stay. And if tomorrow is the day that he shows that he can be a stayer, he will be hard to beat. But that's why we've got half yours ahead of Vauban. And why we don't have Prodigy, we think she can run the distance. If anything, they might leave her alone more so, and she gets her own way in front and it'll help her more. But just with that bit of give out of the track, when you're running those sectionals early, it just takes more out of you. So for us, it's more about the track condition. And I know if it's heavy, they won't run her. If it's soft, they will, and that's why. But they will run. It will be a soft track. It will be improving track, but it still will have that give out of the track. And for her, instead of scooting across the surface there, she's going to get into the ground a bit. And when you're running those sectionals, if she does go hard in front, which she likes to do and get them off the bit, if she doesn't do that, they might sprint past her. So she's got to do that. And in the going, it will take a little bit more out of her. So we are on half yours. The market's got her really nice and tight. So, we don't really have some edge there. But there's a lot of people telling you that he's not going well. We don't agree. We think he's the one who should be on top. We actually agree with the market. Shame the market agrees with us and we haven't got a huge edge there. But half yours on top to finish the day with Headley Grange in the Stradbroke. Hey, good luck. Great day of racing. Always is. Queensland Carnival never disappoints. All the best. Play within your means. Play within your means. It's never fun losing more than what you can afford. Thanks, guys. All the best. Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call 1-800-858-858 or visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.